Longtime viewers of the channel will know that if there's one deck that I've been using throughout like the entire G era from the very start to finish, it's my boy Victor. And while it wasn't in the gacha, you know, didn't get the best kind of support, got some nerfs here and there, the deck is still really strong, and luckily, from at least the first clan event, emphasis on the first clan event, you could actually finish the whole deck for free without having to spend a single gem, which was very nice. Here, I even took a video when the event ended just to prove that. But we actually have enough for every single card in the Nova Grappler event 4 times. And I just want to put this at the start of the video so everyone knows that you don't need to whale, that it doesn't require money. And yes, I can actually craft 6 triple rares, but even if I had 0 Nova Grappler materials, I could get 4 of everything here in this shop, except for commons, which you craft with the generic currency that is not Nova related. So we calculated out that it takes 147,150 medals to get 4 of the GR, 4 of every single triple rare, 4 of every single double rare, even the pretty mediocre and bad one that you're not going to play, but including that, 4 copies by the way, 4 copies by the way, and then going on, 4 of each rare, which you can easily craft with your rare materials by the way, but I'm just saying 4 of each rare, the one starter as well that you don't get by default, and the commons we don't include because why would you waste 120 medals per common playset when you can make them with your generic materials, right? We don't count those because that's just dumb, but I do count this guy if you want to, 30 materials just to make this starter that you can't get any other way. And then we skip the packs and we skip the sleeves, but with that we can actually pick up one of the sleeves. You can get Victoplasma sleeves too. So I just wanted to make a point, you know, just wanted to make a point that you can finish the whole clan event. I even overslept one day. Like one day I went to bed with full stamina and woke up with full stamina, and that could have been used. I could have had like 150,000, could have been further up than just barely top 3,000 in the ranks. So yeah, that's just your lesson. So now let's get into the regular deck and fight. But so today we're going to take a look at the Victor deck, and what's pretty special about this is that there's a lot of different ways you can build it because a lot of the support is very generic. I've seen people combine it with like Blouse, I've seen people combine it with like anti-Kagero tech, which is what I play with, like Brutal Jackson stuff. Some people play like Kirikas for the on-hit draw, some people go for like the full like re-standing power-ups with like Sazanda and things like that. There's really a lot of different ways to build this deck, and there's like, because the Nova Grappler card pool is so generic that you can use it with virtually anything, it's pretty good. But Kagero is by far this deck's worst matchup in my opinion. Like, it's a really terrible matchup. Luckily, it's a little less popular than it was in set 1. We're recording this in set 2 right now. But just to be careful, I still prefer to run the anti-Kagero tech. So let's take a look at the list. Also, no adult Kamui skin because all the skins are paid. So I have to pay 10 bucks per skin, and I also need to pay for the actual sets in order to make this content for you guys. So apologies, I don't have the adult Kamui skin. Maybe if they give us more free like G skin medals in the future, like for the anniversary or something, I'll exchange for it. But for the time being, Best Girl Tomari is here to stay. Alright, so here is my list. And again, as I mentioned earlier, there's really a lot of different ways, a lot of different approaches you can make with this deck. The only thing that I think you should stay consistent with is 9 draws. In my opinion, crits are not welcome in this deck because everything is an on-hit, so you want to make use of them as much as possible. And on top of that, like, you need the draws to actually like draw into your pieces and like find the things that you're like looking for in order to keep the multi-tags going. So I think it's pretty important to play this lineup. Let's take a look at Mr. Victor himself. I got 1 SP because it looks so beautiful. So he has GB2, wins attack, hits a Vanguard, not when he attacks. You choose a rearguard and stand it, and if you did, then for that turn that unit gains plus 3k. Yes, it's been nerfed to the ground. This used to be on attack, this used to give plus 5k, but I guess that was a bit too good for 0. And when you stride over him, you give your Vanguard the following skill. When the attack hits a Vanguard, you can once per turn counterblast 1 and stand one of your rearguards and give the stood unit plus 3k. Yeah, it's the same thing. And when you ride him, just like all of the like stride bosses, gets plus 3k power as well. So it's not as great as it used to be, but we'll still make it work. We'll still make it work. And of course, the strides, we have Vic 10. Vic 10 is when he hits the Vanguard, choose a rearguard and stand it, and if you did, give it plus 3k. So it's consistently plus 3k across all of them, but it's not too bad. It's actually not too bad because we can combine it with things like the Golden Anglet, who gets plus 4k when he stands. So he becomes a 13 when he stands, plus 3 turns into a 16, which hits over 1 damage, right? Which is pretty good. And with the restanding 5k that we have in the starter, which is of course the Rumble, is a GB1 when the unit in the same column as this unit stands, he also stands, right? So he becomes a 16 and then a 5k boost, so 21 hits over defensive, which is pretty good. The other stride we play is of course Victo Plasma. So this is the GR in the clan event, and it has GB2 once per turn, -2, and the G Persona Blast. It's actually a little bit different from the TCG. This didn't used to have GB2 in its skill in the TCG, so what you could do is like stride into it, Blast 2, flip, you don't get a skill, but then you Blast 2 and flip again. So literally Blast 4, flip 2 cards in your G zone to activate the skill, which was kind of funny way to like turbo yourself, but you'd also, you know, like go through all of your CB like that. But in 0 he says GB2 once per turn, -2, G Persona Blast. For that turn he loses 1 drive but gets the following ability. Once per turn at the end of the battle that he attacked the Vanguard, discard 2 cards from your hand and then you can stand him and draw 1. So there's also a reason why a lot of people I've seen run Kirika, the on hit +2 draw card, because that lets you actually like get the cards in hand to, you know, actually like use his skill while also filling up your board. Generally speaking, until your opponent's at 5 damage though, you want to just be going for the Vic 10. He is just a better stride, like it's a free restand, it's really good. And once they're at 5, your on hits won't work anymore, so just go for the Victo Plasma and finish them off with the restand. It's very strong. Then of course 4 of the grade 0 heals, 15k shields are always going to be great. And then the other draws I play are Yamato no Drake, which is also, you know, 14k, but like he gains 4k every time you stand him, so of course in the Victor deck that's going to be happening a lot of times. And also I run 1 of the Death Army Commander. This can be virtually anything, but this has actually like clutched me some games at times where I basically just like have no way to stand things on a Victo Plasma turn, and they manage to guard my Victo Plasma like both attacks, but then the 1 trigger check that restands this is really good, and you can do that twice in a turn, right? So swing with it, attack with the first Victo Plasma, rip a trigger, restand this, then swing with him into the face, like, you know, boosted by Rumble or something, and then attack with the Victo Plasma again, check another trigger, stand him again to get another attack. So as a 1-up he's pretty okay. He is 9k though, so like sometimes you just drop him for stride fodder. Looking at grade 2s, we have Cool Hank, which is one of the best grade 2s we have, GB1 once per turn. When he attacks the Vanguard while being boosted, -1, choose one of your other rearguards and stand it, and if you did, give that unit +3k. So same pattern as always, stand +3k, but this one does not need to hit. That's the important thing. This is the only one that doesn't need to hit, so you can actually use this when your opponent's at 5, as long as you can attack with him into the face, which is very important. I already mentioned it, but Golden Anglet is very important in this deck. A non-once per turn +4k every time you stand is very sick, very sick. And then this is the anti-retire tech, which is the Brutal Jack. So Brutal Jack gets a buff next month for the global guys, but it's already out in JP for quite a while now. So of course he has Restraint, and you have to count +1 to release Restraint, and on the Vanguard circle when he's boosted he gets +5k, but his new skill is when he's on the front row rearguard circle, him and your other rearguards in the same column as this unit, himself included, cannot be retired by your opponent's card effects. If you put this in the same column as a Run Bowl, you know, the Run Bowl does not have retire protection, unlike all of the existing, like, new starters in G, but this can give it that. This can give it that, and so for that reason I quite like it, and it's also just a way to not get your intercepts killed all the time by Kagero. Doesn't protect, sadly, against Gear Chronicle, but against Kagero at least, this is kind of the tech that I've seen some players play, and I like it myself. It's an 11k base as well, and the 1 counterblast doesn't really hurt us at all because we run quite a few counter charges, right? We have 1 of the Hungry Dumpty, on plays counter charge 1, 4 of the Claydol mechanic, on plays counter charge 1, so it's pretty good. 1 energy charger, Soul Blast 2 to draw a card is always going to be good. We have the soul, like we don't use it for anything else in this deck, so it's fine. And then of course stride fodders and PGs, there's also the Victor Searcher, so that's very important, and the starter we already talked about, and trigger lineup as well. So that's basically the deck lineup. So let's now take a look at it in some games. I've been playing a little bit already. I've mostly been playing Aqua Force lately, you know, here in the set 2 meta, but I switched over to Novas and got some wins, and we're currently at a 10 win streak, so let's see if we can make it 12 or 13 depending on how long these games go. Another really viable list for this deck is when the Tomari Tower event comes out, Seraph Snow Victor is really legit, because you can use Victor to push them to 5, like, oh no, use Seraph Snow to like farm up hand and like, you know, just like push them to 5 basically, and then go to Victor like when they're at higher amounts of damage and stuff like that. OTT, okay, somebody got the clan event ready. All right, it's gonna be clan event battle. You guys get an early look at the clan event, which is pretty good, pretty good. All right, let's see, we're using Blackout Sleeves too. And it's pretty average, honestly. I think we need to even put the PG back. We need the grade 3s, we need stride fodders, like we're missing a lot here. Okay. Brutal Jack is like, it's a cool ride, but it's not fantastic. We got another one. All right. I do like the Run Bowl as a starter, by the way. I really do like the Run Bowl as a starter because it just lets you do some crazy things. There's also a build that uses the grade 1 Clay Soldier that basically lets you do a pseudo Overlord, because every time it boosts and it hits, you can stand himself, and then the Run Bowl stands by default, so you can do like 3 11k swings on your opponent's front row. So it's basically like a role-playing Overlord, which is kind of nice, I guess. You know, some people do like that quite a lot. So, you know, if you're into that, then feel free to try that build out as well. Alright, so far this hand is not looking too hot. Can't say I'm a big fan. I think we'll just call the Brutal Jack just to push for the 16. We have really nice numbers now. And try to confirm some damage while we can. Release the Restraint. And then, of course, you can see the anti-retire in action there. We don't find a Victor or a Victor Stride fodder to search with either, which is kind of unfortunate right now, but let's see where we go with this. Let's see if we can find Victor off the top, or if we'll have to ride a Death Army Commander, I guess. So, I don't like, even if you do ride it, I don't know. Theoretically, I could stay on grade 2 for another turn, and then keep the Death Army Commander in hand as a Stride fodder. But let's see, this is G-Era Battle Sisters. I guess it's pretty easy to confirm, because like, you have one G-Era Battle Sister actually already in the game, so it's pretty good. Alright, we force them to commit a booster. That's the cost they have to pay to get rid of Brutal Jack, which is nice. Now I just want to draw into Mr. Victor, please. Just see a draw into a Victor. And before I check Victor as a draw now. Here it comes. Here it comes. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it somehow. If this was the other way around, it wouldn't have been a problem. Do I stay on this? I feel like I'm going to stay on grade 2 for another turn. I don't feel like I have to ride up. I'm gonna play it slow, but I just don't... Like, if I can't stride, there's no point to ride up, basically. Not yet, at least. Don't need to commit anything else. Everything is a combo piece in this deck, so you want to be, like, pretty careful with what you put down. So let's see. Let's just attack with this first. Take out the rear, and then swing for 3rd damage. Like, we can combo off pretty hard, even without Victor. But it depends what board they're gonna make here. Goes for the jelly. Not going for the new one. Not going for the new grade 2, that grade 3 that they just got in the clan event. It does have a G-Zone, so I'm assuming that I'm going to be seeing Kirin. Stride generation into Kirin. Alright, there it is. So this is going to be on hit draw, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. When it hits, look at top 2, put 1 into hand, the rest on the bottom of the deck. So it kind of helps Tsukuyomi in a way. Alright, that's cool. Fromage, swinging. Oh, that's good. No intercepts, which means I could technically do some combos, but if I have to ride a 10k, that's really not going to be too attractive. Can still do things with it, but it's just not that great. Alright, looks at top 2. What's going to go to hand? Doesn't have to reveal it, just goes to hand, right? Yeah. Alright, that's it for the turn. Let's see. Still no Victor. Alright, we try with this. We try with this. Yamato no Drake, best card ever created in the game, as we all know. So let's see if we can get something done, I guess. Like, feels kind of weird, but we gotta do something, right? We gotta do something. Alright, Mr. Vic 10 is here now. Oh, you gotta be joking, dude. Okay, we can rewrite next turn. It's fine. We can rewrite next turn. We do need a Stride fodder, though. Let's see. This is really awkward. This is really awkward. I might need to go for, like, a more minimal turn. Like a minimal turn where we don't really do much. So I'm thinking like Golden Anglet, swing to face, Big 10, swing to face, and then like restand, kill the rear or something. Like very minimal. Don't commit too much resources, because you don't need to, right? You don't always have to be like hard committing your rears and like trying to do super combos every single turn. Sometimes just a little bit is enough. So let's see if he hits a defensive here, and then I'll decide what I have to do with this. Okay, so this will get +7, right? It's gonna be 21. Okay, then I don't need to... Unless he has heal guards in hand. 21... 26... 20... Okay, that doesn't make a difference. Okay, the reason why I was thinking there is because you can choose to first stand the Run Bowl, and he will get the 3k on top of that, and then you use a second skill of the Victor Stride, like the Stride Bearer, to actually stand the grade 2. So that way you actually get 3k more power on the column, but it wasn't like I quickly, you know, just calculated there if it was worth it or not, but like the 3k increase doesn't change a heal guardian or not coming out, or like versus a PG. So there we actually, I think, made the safer choice, the safer play there, I would say. All right, so next turn we have a We have a Dogu Mechanic, Cradle Mechanic, to actually like countercharge and set up as a booster for Cool Hank. And he only has one intercept, which makes it really good for me to swing with the Cool Hank into face first. So I don't mind getting a bit bullied here at 1 PG to like, you know, survive if he crits me or something. But this probably is going to just hit. He heals too. Okay, that confirms he plays Heal Guardians because we haven't actually seen them yet. So that's good to see. Gets a draw as well, that's fine. Yeah, this seems to be just like a pure draw heal lineup. No crits, no crit shenanigans. I've seen a lot of lists also run like stands and stuff. Okay, we're doing to a heal, which is fine. Thinking Stride Fodder cost, I'll discard the Brutal Jack and something else. I'd like to keep the Claydol though. So if I can draw something else to discard, that's not a good something else. Well, we rewrite Victor no matter what. That's for sure. That's for sure. Oh, this could be a play actually. How much CB do I need for that? I think... You know what? Let's commit everything to this turn. I think we can actually go all in. Just drop the PG, and then we make this board, and then we drop the 2 heals for Victoplasma skill. Let's go for it, because we're not hitting anymore, right? Because our opponent's at 4. And I'm probably going to swing with the... swing... I can do this in many different ways, actually. I can do this in many different ways. Let's pay for the cost first. We drew into another heal, which is kind of painful, but it's okay. It's fine. So what I want to do here is this... And then we could technically attack with the Victoplasma first, get Victor's restand to stand this column, the left column first, and then attack with the Cool Hank for another restand. Is that worth it? We get one attack here, restand. I think it makes more sense. I think this might actually be better. We use up most of our CB, but... And we also risk not hitting with the Cool Hank, but if we get one trigger, we just give it to the Cool Hank column. We don't get a trigger, but we get the restand. Let's see if it's worth it. Does not get a defensive, so that's good. The risk paid off. We use the Victor skill to stand this now. CB1, and this restands in the back row as well. Victoplasma, we're going to discard 2 heals. It's fine. We're going for game here, so we don't really mind this, like, loss, I guess. We swing with this, get heal guarded, that's fine. Then we swing with this guy, restand again. This is important. We get the restand here, which also restands this thing, so we get 28k swing. Doesn't really make a difference if I swing Vanguard first or Rearguard first, because Vanguard first we can just apply triggers to the rear. Because they're both getting heal guarded, right? Or they're both getting healed. I think this is fine. We just give this to the rear. No PGs. It's gonna hit. Do we get over defensive? Yes, we do. Quite a bit. If he gets a heal, we actually get over it. So that's also fine. No heals, though. And just like that, we got a win. Very nice, actually. That was a very clean game. We started off a little bit shaky, like not having Victor and riding the wrong grade 3 and like having to really commit hard that turn, but like seeing how our opponent guarded that first attack, like you can already see that on your first right turn you can play kind of passive and like don't have to overcommit your resources and like, you know, necessarily go for like crazy combos like non-stop. You can just like commit one card to the board depending on what your opponent throws down and then like kind of beat them down as well. And that was a cool way that we actually got to show off OTT already too, like using the OTT stride from the new clan event. I'll try to cover it. This client event is less free-to-play friendly, as you guys have seen from my video already. But, you know, it's, I'll still try to finish it. I'll try to finish it because, you know, it's still, Susano is a pretty iconic unit for OTT as a whole. But pretty good first game, Let's see if we're running to Kagero or something, because that's kind of what this deck is built to beat. And we're not built to beat, built to survive, built to deal with. Ooh, Mire, this could be Kagero. Yep, it's Kagero, okay. Mire desu. Dude, oh my god. Have you guys seen the latest Overdress episode? Oh my god, I cannot. It's so good. It's so good. Here, like, I want to keep the Brutal Jack, but I don't want to ride it. That's the only thing. I don't want to ride it. Stop giving me this early. I like this card, but not more than I like Victor. Okay, we get plenty of Brutal Jacks, which is good. That's very good. That's excellent. But now can we see a Victor, please? Can I please see a Victor or a Victor Searcher? I beg you. Somehow we're really not finding the right grade 3s for this deck in the fight. Alright, well, let's see. I'm on 11 win streak right now, too. It'd be nice to reach Psycholia soon, but we'll see how this game goes. Kagero is a tough matchup, no matter how you spin it. Like, Kagero is a struggle for decks like Novas, Asha, like, it's always gonna be a pain. Whiff's a heal, but that's actually like good for him because he can Legion that back, so I'm not sure how happy I am about that. Guess we just do this. I don't know if I want to put down the Brutal Jack yet. I think I want to just keep it for now. Just play more passive. Play more passive. Come on, Victor, 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 Victor. No, find the Victor, please. I need Mr. Victor. Please. What is this? Am I again going to be just like passing? Just pass, not even right up again? Oh my god. This is so pain. I think if I do have to pass, at least I'll call that Brutal Jack next turn so I can like set up for like anti-retire tech. But, oof. It's tough, man. It's tough. But yeah, everyone, I really recommend you watch the latest Overdress episode. Dude, Mire is cool, but Bab Sagara, oh my god, that fight was so cool. Like they're like, the fights are more detailed now, they're explained, and then only for like the final stuff they go into like the crazy animation, but it's so good, dude. It's so good. Everyone should watch it. Everyone should watch it. Okay, he's gonna just swing with a rear at us, I think. Yeah, just swing with rear. That's fine. That's fine. Heal comes out, which is cool. But now if I can top deck Victor on top of that, that would be super fantastic. You are not Victor. You are not Victor. I'm gonna have to pass. I'm gonna have to pass. I don't even have a Stride Fodder either for next turn, which is really problematic. So for now, we're gonna just Brutal Jack to protect our field, I guess, for the time being, and swing here. Oh my... Yes! Okay, thank god, thank god, thank god. Okay, 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 we're fine. Once again, we're fine. This time we don't have to misride first to get to this point. We can just like stall for a turn and then go to Victor afterwards, and we have Stride Fodder, and we have like attackers, and we just need a booster for Cool Hank, to be honest, and then we'll be fine. Just need a booster for Cool Hank, and then we'll be fine. And we're not finding our, like, I haven't seen like grade 1 Stride Fodder in like any of these games. Ooh. See, the grade is like a 1 of in a lot of these lists, and I'm quite surprised. That's pretty interesting. Okay, I mean, the grade is still a great card. Pun not intended there, actually. But that's fine. You push me to 3 damage, so I can go for some combos here. I can do some, like, race standy boys. Don't have to overcommit this turn either. Oh, we got Claydol. That's good. Alright. Ride the Victor, go to Vic 10. Discarding this. Now got to think about how much do I want to do here? Do I want to just push to 4 again? I think I do. I think I do. Like, I don't see a reason to go beyond that, I guess. The only other thing that I could do is maybe push 1 more damage. So the idea would be to call the Hungry Dumpty, swing into rear, then do this, boost it into face, then this into face, push them to 4, and then restand this column, which would be at 16 plus 6, so 22. But that's like, I have to bet on him not having a defensive, so maybe that's overcommitting? Maybe that's overcommitting. How many triggers do I have left in the deck? 4, 6 only in 20 cards. That's not that great. That's not that great. I think Brutal Jack is definitely coming down to protect the Rumble. If I do that, what's my play next turn? I think it's just this, right? These 3 cards are my next turn, so actually this isn't technically doing anything for me right now. But it is discard fodder for Victoplasma. That's kind of what makes it difficult. Alright. Did somebody just say something? Did somebody just like whisper some things at me? What happened there? You know what? I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for it because it doesn't put me out of heal range. I'm gonna believe in myself sacking a little bit. PG gets checked. That's cool. Get a draw. That's really good. That's really good. Oh, there's my Stride Fodder. Hey, there's 2 of them. Would you look at that? That's where they've been this whole time. Okay, I think with this, we don't need to even use Victor's skill, so we can save on the CB, which is nice. Yeah, let's just use Rumble. Don't need to use Victor's skill, save the CB for later. This just confirms 1 damage. Push to 5. Again, I'm an aggressive player. I like pushing damage. I like securing games early. That's just how I play. And my next turn is kind of planned out as well. It just depends on what kind of front row she sets up. Alright, Mirie-sama. What will you do? Minai Mire des. Wow. Cute stride line. Very nice. Alright. Alright, Mr. Mahmoud. You can only kill my Hungry Dumpty. You can't do anything else. Dude, Mirie skin is so good. Who in the comments, let me know. Did you buy the Toya and Mirie skins? I bought both. I like the Overdress characters way too much. I'm just addicted. I love the Overdress characters way too much. Yeah, I think they're a really strong cast. I think they're a strong cast. I think the Overwatch anime is like, especially as of season 2, fantastic. I think everyone should watch it. I know season 1 wasn't that great, but season 2 has been chef's kiss. Absolutely love it. Can't, like every week I can't wait for Monday just to watch. Like, dude, Mondays be good for once. Oh, I don't have strike cost. That's an L. That's a huge L, and he only has 1 intercept, so I kind of want to go for this. Do we just overcommit again? I have to drop PG for this. I think we do. I think you do. I mean, look at this board. Look at this board. We have exactly enough CD for everything we want to do, too. We just go for it. Screw it. Believe in the me that believes in you. We got this, boys. Come on. Yep. Victoplasma is definitely the play. Oh, there you are. You little. No, you little. Alright, pay this. Never forget to pay the cost. I have forgotten to pay the cost a couple times. That's my biggest weakness so far with this deck. That's my Jack 10. Alright. Call down Mr. Anglet. Call down Mr. Hank. Me and the misters just doing our thing. Here I'm wondering what the best attack order is. Do I want to swing with this first? To like, I think I do, right? To put triggers on the Golden Anglet and then swing with him more? Because Golden Angler right now is 16, so it's 21, so you can make it, like, exit the Heal Guardian range, which is pretty good. I just dropped the Stride Fodders. I'm done with you guys. You came too late. You came too late. Alright, then... I'm thinking we attack with this again, and then we just get more Golden Anglet stuff in there. See, because this now... I'm trying to avoid Heal Guardian range. That's basically what I'm doing here. So these all have to be PG'd now. This has to be PG'd. This has to be PG'd. It's 26, and this will be 26 as well. Nice! Nice. Very clean. Very clean. Look at that. Look at that. The great. I don't even know him. I don't even know him. Whew. Damn. Man, I gotta really use my brain with this deck. Can't just like, it's not like with some other things where you can just kind of like, you know, just go unga bunga, swing, GG, shake my hand. You gotta really think about your plays in that one. I think honestly, we'll call it there. I think those were both pretty good fights. We basically did the same thing in both of those games, right? Vic-10, without overcommitting, you know, like when you're playing the Vic-10 turn, you have to think, what am I doing next turn? Like, what am I gonna do after this? Like, where are we going after this? And like, as long as you have a plan after, it's fine. Like, honestly, I kind of had I kind of miscalculated and didn't think about stride cost for the next turn, but we still managed to execute it just fine. So honestly, that was a good set of 2 games. And I think that, you know, again, this deck does have weaknesses. Kagero is a tough matchup. That's why you play Brutal Jack. If you don't have Brutal Jack, you can play Kirika, you can play Sazanda. Like, there's plenty of good cards you can play, honestly, in that Brutal Jack slot. But I expect Kagero to also be very popular when this clan event drops in global as well. So I hope you guys have a good time with it. This is the one clan event that you can finish for free to play. At least in JP you could, and I feel like global will usually keeps clan events very free to play as well. So all the best to you guys. Next deck and fight that we're gonna do is gonna be Lambros, so look forward to that. Gonna be Thavas and Lambros. It's gonna be a great time overall. But other than that, if you like the video, please do give it a like, and if you like the content, if you haven't already, please do subscribe. What are you waiting for? We're trying to reach 50k over here, and I need your guys' support. I also stream the game on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/DifferentFight, and of course you can also find me on Twitter and other social medias in the description, so do check that out. But anyway, that's gonna be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.